Today's tactic was created to use in a rebuild save that was so good he couldn't use it in a rebuild save. So we're going to dive in and see how it worked with our teams today. This one is called the GYR ANTMAN V2. It is version 2. It was asked for in a previous video in a comment. So definitely, if you have tactics you want me to try, let me know in the comments of any of these videos and I will do as best as I can to jump in and see how it works for our three teams. But now in this case, it is a somewhat 4-2-3-1. We have a little bit of a difference here and there. We'll go into the tactic a little bit more in depth later on in the video, but we are going to use it in a holiday sim with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with that said, let's dive into the Premier League and see how it did. Well, it did very well for Liverpool. Only 4 losses, 94 points, 99 goals. Not through the roof like we've seen in some of the 4-2-4s that we've covered in the past, but very well done. Aston Villa, 79 points is definitely more on average. 82 goals is nice, though. They are in Champions League, so we can't dismiss that at all. But since Liverpool did better in the table, we're going to start with them in their domestic cup run out in the Carabao Cup semi-finals in both legs to Aston Villa. They get through the FA Cup fourth round against Ipswich Town. They get to the quarterfinals, unfortunately losing out in the FA Cup quarterfinals 2-1 in extra time to Man City. However, they do get all the way to the Europa League final, picking up a second trophy, 6-1 thrashing over Rennes. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely one to take a look at. Semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup just knocked out from Aston Villa, who was using the exact same tactic. But winners of the Europa League, winners of the Premier League, it worked pretty nicely. Squad-wise, we don't have the sea of green that you'd like to see, but, I mean, they still have some. 32 goals for Salah, 18 for McAllister. That's quite the drop. Assists, 22 for Robertson and Trent apiece. An average rating, wow, Retaccio gets up there. But Salah gets the tops with a 7.41. But switching it up to Aston Villa, how did they do in the Carabao Cup? Got all the way to the final, beating Brentford 3-0. So there's their trophy. They do get to the FA Cup quarterfinals, unfortunately losing out in penalties to Brighton. In the Conference League, they get all the way to the final, unfortunately losing out to Eintracht Frankfurt 0-2. So close. So winners of the Carabao Cup, they're in the Champions League next season, and runners-up in the Conference League, it's not bad. Squad-wise, look at that sea of green. Wow, that is really nice. Something you don't usually see with Aston Villa. 28 goals for Moussa Diaby, Watkins with 23, assists 13 for Digne and Matty Cash apiece, and then average rating Digne up there with a 7.29. Data hub for Liverpool looking fairly standard, both attacking and defensively. Very nicely done. 2.61 goals per game is pretty nice. 0.71 conceded, 0.85 XG against. It's really just all on average, but it's still good. Data for Aston Villa, they're missing the goals like they kind of tend to do these days, but after that, defensively average, yeah, I would say so. 2.16 goals per game, 1.18 conceded, 1.15 XG against, again, on the average mark. But now let's take a little bit deeper of a dive into the data. We have Premier League stats, Liverpool in first with points per game, 2.47, Aston Villa in third with 2.08. Most goals in first for Liverpool, 99. Again, we've seen a lot higher in other tactics, especially 4-2-4s, but it's still a good tally. Aston Villa is still in third with 82. Fewer shots against, Liverpool in second with 286. Villa in fifth with 321. Most possession, 55% for Liverpool, Villa with 53. Most dribbles made, Liverpool making the list with 615. And most shots for first and second, 691 for Liverpool, 674 for Aston Villa. But now, how do you think our championship side of Ipswich Town fared? Not bad at all. First place, back to their usual winning ways. 110 points. Again, not through the roof, but it's still good enough for first. Automatic promotion, 117 goals. Very well done. Domestically for Ipswich, out in the Carabao Cup fourth round to Manchester United, or 1-1 in penalties. Again, we've seen them drop out against Liverpool in the FA Cup fourth round. If they hadn't played Liverpool, who knows how far they could have gotten. So yeah, overall, it's the championship. That's where they put all their eggs, and they won it. It's pretty nice. Squad-wise, about an average sea of green for them. Goals, you have 17 as tops for Connor Chapman, Broadhead with 14, assists 16 for Leif Davis, 13 for Harry Clark and Luongo, and then average rating Wes Burns with a 7.37, but a 7.29 for Harry Clark with a few more appearances. Championship stats, 2.39 points per game for Ipswich. Most goals in first with 117. Fewest shots against in second with 333. Most possession with 54%. Most dribbles made in eighth with 736. And most shots for in first with 753. So now let's take a deeper dive into the tactic itself. We started with a sweeper keeper in defend, fullbacks on the left and the right in attack with ball playing defenders in the central spots in defend, two DMs in support, an attacking midfielder in attack on both sides, and an attacking midfielder in support in the middle with an advanced forward in attack up front. Attacking mentality in possession, attacking with his narrow approach plays pass into space, focus play down the left and the right, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. So now, overall, how did it do for our three teams? I mean, it worked very well. No question about it. Ipswich Town obviously facing the brunt of it. I mean, getting the best part of it. Automatic promotion next season, 117 goals. Very, very nicely done. But as I usually say, if you take control of this, do your own match shouts, play it match by match. I'm just doing a holiday sim here. You could definitely do a better job. So 94 points, you could get those 4 losses, 4 draws, turn them into wins. You could get a very nice season under your belt. Aston Villa, I mean, still in Champions League spots. It all depends on how the table goes anyway. But yeah, you could bring them up a little bit more into that 80-point range. And yeah, do a fantastic job. Get your own transfers in there, and I think you could be swimming with this tactic. So let us know if you tried it in the comments below and how it worked for you. But here, it worked pretty well. Not as well as the 424s, but FM is for the 424s, no question about it. But that's it for me, Sevian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.